Oh, hello, hello. Welcome. Happy Wednesday, everybody. I'm just looking for my little thing.
Your remote?
Yeah.
Is it under this stick?
Gosh, I had it right here. Well, hi, everyone. Welcome and happy Wednesday to you all. I don't think if I press my ink pad, that's going to get me anywhere I need to be, but how about this? I just might have to reach across. Well, welcome. I'm Lynn from EJG'S. Happy Wednesday. What an exciting day today. We got something new to share. And if you are a fan of Debi's DIY paint, then you are going to love what we've got available today. If you have never used Debi's DIY paint, what an awesome way to kind of dip your brush into it and play around and see what you can come up with color-wise. And also, what an incredible way to use this whole Mixology set, right? To just have little sample pots when you do just little projects. It's wonderful. This serves so many purposes, and I hope that Debi continues to bring us more and more colors in these sizes because they're perfect. As you know, Debi's DIY, a little goes a long way. It's highly pigmented, natural ingredients, and we love it. And it's beautiful for blending. This is my favorite paint to use when I'm blending furniture. So I thought today we would kind of chill a little bit, and we'll take a look inside this box and maybe swatch out some of the colors, do a little bit of very simple blending, but you know that I can't just do some very simple blending. I had to create, in my mind, I saw this as on a beautiful layout on a journal page or wherever. So, because why let all of that mixing go to waste and so forth. So Megan's here with us today. Yes, go ahead.
Yes, just a couple things. I just think it's a good opportunity to go over really quickly. You touched on a couple things about Debi's paint, but just like the real basics of why we love her paint, what it's made of, and what makes it a little bit different from Fusion, which was our original paint.
Hey, Cheryl, can you get me a 8 ounce and a 16 ounce? Okay, so Debi's DIY paint is actually a clay-based chalk paint, and clay is the ingredient that differentiates it from other chalk paints that you might have used. That clay is like Adobe hard after it cures. It's blendable, and it can be reactivated with water for weeks and weeks until it completely cures and hardens off, which is awesome because if you're like me and I want to get into like a blending project on a piece of furniture, I don't often have the time, energy, or the desire to like completely do one entire dresser, for example, in one sitting. So it's really nice that I can get my layers on, I can go back, I can spritz and spray and blend more. It's one of the beautiful things that we love about Debi's DIY. It's totally different than, for example, our Fusion mineral paint, which has a built-in top coat. You do need to seal your Debi's DIY with either like liquid patina, a big top, or one of Debi's waxes in order to make it a more permanent paint.
And you'll see as Mom's using it, the color that it looks like in the jar when it goes on wet looks one way, and then as it dries, it will look different. And then when you put a top coat on it, it will go back to that original color again.
It's kind of a magical like transformation from it just morphs from like it's from out of here. When you look at this wet, this is the color. I love that. So when you see this on the shelf, you can come and you can pick up one of the jars of paint, and this is the color.
Yes.
And once it's finished, this is the color.
Yes.
Okay. And I love that. Where other acrylic-based paints are definitely going to they are going to change a little bit. They usually don't look like what they look like in the jar, which is why I say when people go back and look at Fusion mineral paint and they look at the jar, it's like, that's not the best judge of color. what you should do is let's pick up one of the big sample things that we have created, and that's how you tell what the final color is.
Yeah.
And so we've got a lot of different resources and paint swatches and all of that thing, all of those things to really help you make informed decisions. We have those here in line or here at EJG'S. Megan has also sent out
yes, you can always
a sample stick too.
You can email me or leave me a note on your order that you would like a sample stick of something, because it's so important, I think, to see it in the light of your home. Especially if you're doing a bigger project.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
But for me, when we were considering, when we just sold Fusion and when we were considering taking on DIY paint, which was a big step for us.
It was,
because we didn't really sell a lot of retail DIY things at the time, or just any DIY things at the time. We weren't selling papers. We just sold Fusion.
Yeah, we had
basically.
Fusion.
So it was a big
and
step
IOD.
for us. Yes, big step. But for me, it was the color. I love color anyway. And I love Fusion, but you cannot, with that formula, get this kind of pigment like you can get with Debi's. There's nothing that compares to the colors in this line, in my opinion.
Yeah. And Megan totally, she was just like, when I showed her the colors, she was like, Mom, we've got, those are...
That, and that the formula is so different. It's it's so different enough from that where I just feel like there's such different uses. This is also a great paint to use when you're using an inlay.
Oh,
the best paint
yes,
to use when
that
you're
is
using
what
an
I
inlay.
use for an inlay. I use Debi's DIY for inlays.
Yes.
I got lots of videos showing how I do that as well. Gosh, I don't know what else I can say about it. A little goes a long way.
Yes.
I mean, this, believe it or not, this is a generous sample. This can also be reactivated with water, right? If it dries out a little bit. I mean, I have seen Debi literally take dried up paint, add a little water to it. Oh yeah, I do it too. Put it in a blender, and you've got brand new clay-based chalk paint again.
And I don't want to put you on the spot. I always forget the number, and you might not remember it exactly, but it can be diluted up to what percent and still keep its pigment. It's like a lot. A lot. Yeah. It is so highly pigmented that you can use this basically as a watercolor, and it will not change the pigment of this. Yes.
Right? The only way that you'll get a shift in the color is by mixing it with another color. So we're going to do a little bit of that today, but let me, and it also comes in, we have the 8 ounce and we have 16 ounce sizes. And
now the babies.
And now we got babies that come in this little Mixology set. So I'm going to flip the camera down and show you what's in that little package. If you have ever been on the fence about using Debi's DIY, this is a beautiful way to do an introduction to it. And you've got enough in here in these 8 little jars to do so many projects, to mix and play till the cows come home. That's what Shirley said.
Yeah.
Until
Leah comes back in studio.
Until Leah comes back.
And Leah's back, everyone. If you didn't hear her voice in the background, we're so excited that she's finally back.
Leah has come back to join us for this special reveal today and just hang out and impart her humor, wisdom, and
just make
commentary, right?
Make us feel like all is right in the world except for the camera falling down on Mommy.
Just fell on my mom's head.
On my mommy.
On your mommy. Oh, see, there can never be smooth sailing here.
That's
so.
Okay.
Do you need an extra hand?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna have you hold that.
See,
sorry guys, I am
Leah
really going for a ride
Leah couldn't get
here.
here fast enough to help us.
Usually
Thank
I
God.
just have to dry something, but not
Yeah.
today.
No, yeah. Oh my gosh, I am so sorry, you guys. But it wouldn't be EJG'S without something falling, spilling.
And I mentioned Leah, and then you wanted to get her on camera, so you did.
Yeah, I did.
So everybody could see how great she looks.
All right, you guys, I'm sorry. I'm taking you for a ride. And then we're going to come over and get us straightened out here. Oh my gosh. I hope you're all still here with us and not seasick.
What a reveal.
Yeah, what a great way. This is the launch. Well, you know what? This is EJG'S. It's what you get.
Truly launching.
All right, so let's look at these colors, the colors that you have. I should have brought my color wheel up here.
Where is it? I'll get it for you.
Who knows, Megan?
Okay.
But I'm going to show you basics here. A color wheel. Where have I
you
put
have
my
a big color wheel.
I've got so many big color wheels. Well,
Well, I can take a little look.
Here I am, prepared as always,
I'll
right?
take a little look-see.
Let's take a look at the colors that you get in the set. These are very generous little sizes. Let's flip them over and I'll show you the colors. We have, of course, the colors are listed right here, and what we've got is our primary colors. So we have Liquid Sunshine is the yellow. We have our primary red, which is Carnival Red. And we have this primary blue, which is called Blue Iris. With these three colors and black and white, you can make any colors. Any colors, right? But Debbie was also generous and put in this little kit some other ways to change the tones that are in the existing colors. She has given us a Summer Crush, that warm orange. She has given us a Fancy Farm Girl, that beautiful green, and also Weathered Wood. That's one of my favorites to use when you don't want to go harshly black. It's great to go to this. Weathered Wood is a beautiful, deep, warm brown. So you got all the things that you can play with, and I look forward to opening these up and sharing them with you guys as we just go on, not just today, but on other days as well. I always think it's fun to get something like this. If you, have never used Debi's DIY, these are perfect little sizes. And this little size will go a long way. But it's also fun to begin kind of a little exploration into how to mix color. And on here, on the box, there's a little QR code, which will take you to a site that Debi has prepared that shows you lots of different color recipes and ways to mix your paints. I think that's cool. That's a really great resource that's available. So let's create a little layout. This is my journal. And I gotta tell you, I have always, for years, been inspired by the artist Jennifer Land. She actually lives here in New York State, over toward the Hudson Valley. I love her things. I have been inspired by her work. I once did an IOD project with paint swatches on it using the Cossette transfer. I did a big wall hanging and just was totally inspired by her artistry. So I thought it would be kind of fun to, I'm not going to copy this obviously, but I thought using just some of this visual, instead of just swatching out squares, it's always pretty to put it in something pretty. Sure. Right? So that's what we're going to do. You can find Jennifer online. Jennifer, Lanne is her name. She has beautiful, beautiful artwork. I've been so inspired by it for years. But she does a lot of swatches. And I thought, oh, how perfect to give ourselves a place to put swatches. So I have grabbed our stamp. This is Veranda. And I thought, well, I'm going to just start by creating a place in which to put our little sample swatches. So I'm going to take some black ink. Of course, you could hand draw all of these if that was your thing, but no, we're not going to do that. We're just going to use our IOD stamps. So this one, like I said, is Veranda. And I'm going to take this large oval. I'll probably add some other things to it.
No, not you.
No, never. And I've got to get baby wipes. I can't believe I'm totally out of baby wipes. And there we go. Now we've got someplace pretty an egg shape, and I think I decided I'm going to use this for the blues, and I'm going to make little egg shapes, like they're bird's nests, right? So we'll put that aside for now. And then of course, you know, we can add, you can do whatever you want with these, have fun with them. And then I also pulled out, whether we get to it or not, I don't know, but I thought it would be fun to use frippery and create a beautiful little border of frippery around one. And let's see, because I was inspired by, let's look at, I mean, look at this. Look, just that within, actually, let's do that because let's just see what's in here. And, or no, we'll wait on that in case we need to do it another day. All right, so there is our little landing spot for our swatches. And again, this came from, doggone it, what was the name of that again? This is Veranda. All right, and then I also got out, we'll add this a little later, this is the apothecary label. I'll put a little label down there and then put blue or whatever. I'll write something in it. Okay, so let's take a look. If we're going to use blues, the first thing I'm going to choose, obviously, is my blue paint. And I'll take some white. I'm going to keep this really simple. And maybe I will go with a green. So I'm just picking these colors, and it's really just all about playing and experimenting with these colors just to see what will happen. And so let me take a little bit of blue here.
Not a single.
I know,
And
it's
I thought
somewhere.
you even had an apron.
Oh, I did,
Couldn't
Megan.
find- I bet you have the color wheels in your studio.
I do. And my studio at home is just torn apart right now, so.
Yeah, I think we just need to order one and always have it behind you. And even our cards, our inserts that we put in the packages, we're out of those, and we just ordered more from the print shop. And can you believe I can't even find one laying around?
Oh my
with a color wheel
gosh.
on it. This is wild.
It's a wild
And we
one.
call ourselves art teachers.
I never have said I was an art teacher.
Well, I say you're an art teacher. You are.
Well,
Yes, Lynn, you could order this set, pay for it, and choose local pickup.
absolutely. Oh, and I said we would use a little bit of green, but let's just see what happens. Because
Do you need wipes or damp paper towels?
well, gosh, I think we could use some paper towels. Like
And what about water?
yeah, and a nice big thing of water would be wonderful. We have had another crazy, we had a great workshop last night. And I know I got a lot of messages from you guys like, I didn't know about this. Wow, when do we? And it's like, yeah, we post it.
That's okay.
Yeah,
it's
there'll be
new.
another one.
We
There'll
just,
be another one.
But we're going to definitely be doing more. It was great to have people back in the shop.
It was so fun. Yeah, best way to find out about our little workshops is make sure that you are getting our newsletter, right?
Yes.
And that. So that was kind of a little bit of an experimental, like let's get back at it again. But we had a full
Yes.
house and it was fun. And what am I going to do to mix color? I'm going to take a little bit of blue and let's just see what happens when we just begin to mix white in with it and get some varying shades. There's Miss Shirley with all my goodies. Let me grab a little palette knife. Okay, and right away we get a beautiful pale blue. That's going to be different than Prom Queen, for example. So I love that. But we could also then take a little bit of this and mix even some more white with it. just adding white is a way to definitely play around with tone, right? And intensity. I'm sorry, I should have said intensity. But then when you start adding, like I'll take even a little more white and just look to get some variance, some varying tones. And this is pretty basic stuff, right? But if it's like, oh, I don't know what color I don't have the right color here for what I want to do. This is where you can come up with your own custom colors. So let's just swatch these out and see what they look like.
Also, again, just another great exercise if you are feeling at all creatively blocked. I think, obviously, I always think journaling is great for that, but swatching colors.
And then
that's such a mind, you don't have to think.
It's so good, yeah.
And just seeing the colors can inspire you.
Yeah, it's really true. And sometimes it is just about playing. You just play. So let's do just some little egg shapes in here. How about that? Not with that big brush though. And then I'm going to, let me pick up some of this blue here.
Pretty.
And then we'll pick up this lighter blue. And nothing about this is perfect. And let's then make an even lighter blue because I've got room for it here. So I'm just going to take a little touch of this lightest blue, add even more white to it. And you can see it. I'm using so little paint. Sorry.
I like that ringtone. I've never heard that one before.
Hello.
And we'll do an even lighter blue.
No, I'm down in Medina. Okay.
All right.
Right, bye.
And now let's add some green into each of these.
You could even use, I'm forgetting one of the new stamps that has like the tiny little letters and the tiny little things that you could stamp inside those little dots too if you wanted to.
So we're going to add.
Oh, what a great idea. Shannon says, I've used the big sunflower stamp to swatch colors. It's such a simple thing to do.
Yep.
Like you said, when you're feeling stuck and fun. What a good idea.
Okay, so we're going to add a little green. I'm kind of mixing about the same amount in each one. It's kind of hard to tell, but that's the fun of this. You don't need precision measurements. I would say unless you definitely want to totally match something, then you definitely want to write down those proportions, you know, and percentages and all of that. But for just playing, I think the first step is just playing to see what different colors you can get. Just by adding white and then another color.
I don't think I mentioned at the top that everything Mom's using is in the supply list that I made for today, like always. You can find a link to that in the description up above on Facebook or down below on YouTube, or on EllenJGoods.com under the menu item featured on our live tutorials. You just look for the name of today's live and today's date, and you can find everything there, including this kit.
When my great niece does, she's 13, and when she does art projects, she has to always blend paints.
It's so to me it's
But she can spend
so fun.
30 minutes while everybody else is busy painting away and finishing their project that we're working on, and she's still mixing paint
Just
Yeah.
to get it just
to
right.
get the exact shade that she wants. She's really
Interesting.
Yeah.
whatever, Charlie.
Interesting.
Okay, so look at that. Oh my gosh. Now, what we could do, if you really, because I'm thinking, all right, I need another row of something. What else could we add to that blue? Anybody got a suggestion? And I'll do it.
You mean as the
Well,
third,
you
as
know
the
what?
third row? You mean?
Yeah, why don't we,
What about yellows?
why don't we just,
Yellow
for the
will just
heck of
make
it,
more green.
yeah, let's just see for the heck of it, because I don't know, but let's figure it out. Let's see.
love that color.
What if I added Summer Crush to this? What's going to happen?
Poop? I'm always worried it'll turn to poop.
What?
Poop. You're going to make me
It
keep
might
saying
be.
it, yes.
Yeah.
That muddy, yucky brown.
Yeah. See what's going to happen when we go on each side of the color wheel? It's going to turn it. We're kind of mixing all the colors together, and that makes brown. All right. So maybe that's not the best choice, but we had to try it, right? But let's take, how about if we add a little yellow?
Oh, we really need a color wheel.
I know.
Maybe I should I just bring one up on the computer screen?
No, it's okay.
Do you wipe the brush clean each time?
You
That's
don't
probably-
have to. You don't have to.
But it is a good idea if you really want a pure mix,
yeah.
right?
So let's add a little yellow and see if what kind of a tone we can come up with. And then we'll add a little yellow to this one. And we'll add a little yellow to this one.
So you don't recommend mixing opposite sides of the color wheel.
No, when you combine all three, like if you combine all three of the color wheel, like when we've made our chocolate color, we use all three colors in the color wheel. We use that beautiful blue, the yellow, and the red. If you mix these together, you're going to get brown.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
And when you get a package from us, you always get a color wheel.
Yes.
I know it's
yes.
crazy that we don't have one right now, but you do always get an insert.
Because we've been
in your
sending them all
package.
to you guys.
Yes, and I didn't realize we were down to the last one, but
All
they will
right.
be here.
So let's do.
But you can. That's a great thing to save and just keep on hand. Keep one in your journal or wherever. To reference.
And you can see there is a difference. There's
Yes.
definitely a difference. I could honestly play with these kind of colors. I could do this all day long just to play and see what happens. And I hope it's evident to you guys as you're looking at these. How the color is changing. What do we think? Do we see it?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to add even a little bit more yellow. Or I'm going to add some more white to this one. You know, one of the things that we talk about when I've done like mixed media workshops and when we talk about color blending and all of that is like, what if? Okay, what if we added orange to that? What's going to happen? This is what's going to happen, right? So don't be afraid to experiment. This is just playtime. This is just getting accustomed to working with color and seeing how different colors combine. And I think that it's a really valuable lesson and it's a really fun like playtime. I do believe that. I do.
Yes.
It's so good. And I think just along the bottom, I'm going to show, okay, I used, I might not do that just yet. I'm going to go ahead and stamp a little label down there so that I know that these are the blues. And I'll fill that in later.
In French, B-L-E-U.
Oh, is that? Oh, yes, I really should get very French, right?
Do it in French.
I would. Yeah, I should. But let's just pop that there. I'm not being super particular about this. And of course, I could go back and I could fill, look at, I even have a little smudge where my stamp was, but I don't care. I really don't care. Because what I can do, I can, let's see. Let me just get a little combined mix here. I don't even know what I'm mixing, but I'm just mixing whatever I got. Just to see what's going to happen. But I think it just shows you, it's just a fun way to play with color and just see what you can come up with. And it doesn't have to be perfect. I think there's beauty in the imperfection also.
It's very pretty. Soothing. Those colors are very soothing to
Yeah,
me.
they are. They sure are. All right, so I'll
Is this Apothecary?
It is. Yep. So I think what I'm going to do here is now I'll come back with my original colors. I'm just going to kind of put them in a row down here. I did this blue. And I had white. And I had green. Okay, they almost look like little bird's eggs, don't they?
Yeah.
All right, but we're gonna let that sit for a minute and we'll come back to it. So, but I mean, in that little bit that I did, like I wanna show you, if I had a little something that I could paint, this goes so far, this little blob of paint, it's probably not even a teaspoon. Right?
Oh, yeah.
That would paint like a whole little box, like, or a little garden pot, you know?
Like a little paper mache box?
Yeah, that's okay.
Or egg?
Yeah, that's good. I'm gonna go ahead and clean this up. And we'll go on to laying out that next page. I just need to be aware of the time to see how much.
It is 2 p.m.
Oh my goodness. Well, we've only just started.
I gotta go get my readers.
Megan and her readers, I know. All right. So you know my favorite colors. They're going to be pink and red and so I'll probably find, I might add like the orange. We'll see. We got to see what happens. It's all about answering the question. Like when you say, I wonder what would happen if I added orange to this. I wonder what would happen if I added yellow to this. Ask yourselves those questions and then don't be afraid to find out what would happen. This is all about playtime.
Your paper towels are right there.
Thank you, ma'am.
Do you need fresh water?
I think I do.
Okay.
Yeah, because guess what? See this?
Mud.
This is so highly pigmented. If I start mixing my red in here, it's going to turn brown. So we'll take all of those need to be rinsed off. And let's start to lay out something pretty over here. I decided that we're going to use because I really haven't used this yet. We're going to use this IOD stamp called Adornment. And the first thing we want to do is make sure that that is sanded. Because I have never used this. And we're going to create a little frame for our pinks and reds. So we have this. I also have, excuse my reach, guys. This is, what is this one? Reverie? Yep, this is Reverie.
That's such a pretty stamp.
It's so beautiful. So let's make this really, really, really pretty with these.
What was the name of the inspiration artist, Mom?
Jennifer Lanne, Lanne.
Is she on
She's from
social media?
Oh yeah, yeah,
Okay,
definitely.
I can share her link. I'll share a
Definitely,
link.
yes.
You said, spell her name again?
Lanne.
Okay.
So maybe, I don't know if we will use this one right now, because I'm definitely feeling angelic.
Oh yeah, she has a beautiful website.
It's beautiful. I have, for years, I've loved her work.
I'll make that the pinned comment on Facebook.
Yes,
so
by
that you
all
can find
means,
it.
go see her. And so now I think I am going to do this beautiful angel up at the top. Let me,
And I will tag her. I will put a link to her website in the description, also on YouTube.
will she fit? I need a littler angel.
You'd have to do her sideways.
Yeah, and I don't think I want to. I might need a littler angel. I could go with this one. This would be pretty. I know you love these cherubs. Leah's literally like almost squirming. It's too big.
Yeah, not a cherub lover.
Okay. Well, maybe. You know what? We're going to make this work. We're just going to make it work.
What if you don't ink
I'm just going to
this
do.
end part?
Yes, that's exactly right. I'm going to just ink this if I can. If I can make that happen. Yeah, I should be able to. We'll make it work. How about that? What's everybody up to today? Do we have some folks watching? And
Would you believe it? No, there's not.
there's
anybody
nobody
here.
is watching
No,
today.
Hopefully they'll
Oh,
tune in and watch the replay.
I hope so.
Just kidding, of course. All our friends are here.
Good.
Would you do it anyway if it was just Leah and I watching?
I would. Yeah,
That's nice.
of course I would.
But everybody's here.
I am so upset that I don't
Everybody's
have my baby wipes.
Listen,
I know.
you're going to have to break down and have some Aldi ones, I think.
I know.
Do you want some separate water for your paper towels?
No, I'm good. I'm good. You know me. I just like, let's just see what I can make happen here.
Well, I don't want you to be upset.
I'm not up. Do I look upset?
No, you just said you were so upset. And I hate for you to be upset.
But she didn't have.
Her baby wipes, yeah.
Here we go. Oh. Yeah, I'm not upset anymore.
Oh,
Who would
good.
have thunk when your
That was
babies
okay.
are as old as they are that you'd be upset with everything?
I know, like,
Yeah,
what?
I know.
No baby wipes.
Sometimes I feel like the older you get, the more baby wipes you need.
Isn't that the truth? And I'm just going to take some of these and let's just see if I can make something pretty happen here. Just a little bit of a border. After all, that's what's so fun about these stamps.
Colleen said only use the angel wings, don't ink the rest.
Yeah, yeah, right.
Stephanie says she can't see without her bifocals either. Well, I don't know if I've talked about it here, but this is a new development for me. I'm not happy about it, even though I know.
Because they're red.
Well, I can finally wear Sally Jesse Raphael glasses, which was always my idol as a youngster. So
Oh,
now
I
I
was
have a
gonna say,
reason to wear them.
I was more than a youngster, but I had red glasses.
Oh
because of
yeah,
Sally
they were
Jesse.
very cool. I even faked an eye exam to have my mom get me red glasses when I was like 11.
That's not
when
the
I-
way I remember it.
Well, I just didn't need glasses the whole rest of my life, so you tell me. You purchased prescription glasses for me. If only I would have just said, "Hey, Mom, can I have?" But I don't think it's like they were like readily available, just like a vanity lens, like they are now.
I know.
Anyway, everyone told me that even if you've never needed glasses, sometime between 40 and 45, you will wake up one day and need readers. And sure enough, I'm 44, and I woke up one day and tried to read the label on a jacket that I needed to clean, and I was squinting like, huh? And it was early. I said to myself, well, it's early in the morning. Maybe my eyes are tired. But
Yeah.
as the whole rest of the day went on and I was trying to price inventory, I was like, okay, no, my eyes are gone. And then it was just like, it's all over. Now I just need readers, and it's very annoying.
And now you're like me. Now I have cataracts, so I have to get that taken care of.
Yeah, well, I'm not there yet, but I know it's all coming for me.
I mean, of course, this would be so gorgeous if it was all hand drawn, but we can get a similar effect, a similar look. That's all we're going.
If we're not as talented as you are, Lynn, stamps are the way to go because we can get a hand-drawn look.
Yes.
I agree. I couldn't draw this out. I mean, I would totally have to I would have to really work at it.
It would be a commitment to.
Yeah.
Oh, Katie May also just turned 43 and got her readers. Never had issues before. No. And my friend Sally, not a week after me, she needed them too. Yep.
Well, I'm going to tell you, I think I need a glasses adjustment. I'm looking
probably
this
do.
way and I'm looking this way
Yeah.
and I'm trying to get focused wherever, you know.
Wendy was born wearing glasses. Yeah. I've been lucky. I've really had good vision always. It's not been an issue for me.
Too
But
big. Let me grab these two and see if we can make something pretty happen here.
also, I've figured out how to adjust the text on my computers and my telephone to giant size, which has helped a lot. And I used to laugh at people, like if I was at a concert or a musical or something where I could see like 3 aisles down from me what they were texting. I'd be like, oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Well, that's me. So I'll have to be careful what I'm texting. Barbara said, I was about 44 when I was doing bills and holding the bill way out in front of me. My daughter walked by and stated, I don't think your arm is long enough anymore, Mom.
Yeah, I know that story.
Yep.
To me, like, this is also part of the fun of swatching, is giving it a place to land
Yeah.
that's pretty. It
A
just makes
frame.
it seem like it's not so, like, a utilitarian chore,
Yeah,
you know?
it's not so random.
Yeah. Alrighty, then what we're gonna do, it is a little bit humid today, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not super hot outside, but it is very
It's humid. It's like, oh, here we go. Must be the end of school is coming soon.
Doesn't help if you with a hot light.
I was laughing at Grandma's. Grandma had an unfortunate, her water heater
Oh my
tipped,
gosh,
like
yes.
a pipe burst at her house, and it's been a bit of a disaster there, but we're figuring it out. But I said, Grandma, I think we could turn the humidifier off.
Oh, Lord.
I think
gotta
we're
be
saturated enough in water in here
I know, my gosh.
that we could turn that humidifier off.
I was just thinking that I want to add these up in here, but we'll do that a little bit later. The other way. Just to fill that space or not. We'll see. We'll just see. We'll play. Maybe not. Nah, maybe not. All right. Shirley, I'm going to give you these to corral back on their sheets before I lose them. All right, now let's play with these pinks and see what we can do.
Oh, wow, my favorite color.
All right, so of course we need some red. And this is, where's my box? This is Carnival Red. The beautiful Carnival Red. Get lots of sticks. So we're going to put some Carnival Red out.
I don't think there's anything better than that palette paper to play with.
Oh, I love this stuff. We need to look into getting some of this. Like, see if we can find some wholesale, Megan.
The sticks?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
No,
those
the
pallets,
pallets, yeah.
yes.
And that, because we use them at camp, I always tell people bring them to camp, and
Yes.
it would just be a nice thing to include also, you know?
Well, I started giving them to the kids instead of the little ones we got from the Dollar Tree.
Yeah,
Then I
yeah.
have to wash those all out.
Yep. And I think we're gonna try some of this Summer Crush too. We'll put some of that out and just let's see what happens. It's all about wonder what would happen if, and then you try it and see that the world isn't gonna cave in because you tried it. You either like it or you don't.
Yeah.
And that's
Don't like it,
okay.
then don't use it.
That's exactly right.
It's not a big deal.
So we're going to take a little bit of, I'm going to just make a few little piles of my red. And I'm telling you, it is so highly pigmented, you guys.
Now, I always have, when Charlie mixes, I always have her start with white because a lot of times she wants such a pale color.
Yes.
I said start with white and then just put the tiniest bit in until you get the right shade.
Exactly. I think that's a really good way to, but again, it's all about what if, you know, what would happen if. And I think that's when you also begin to learn like about colors and what is appealing to you. We're going to add a little bit more white to this one. And I'm doing this a little bit differently than I did the blues. Like I mixed one and then separated out the colors, but here I just put the reds out and now I'm just adding different amounts of white. But I want even more. And then we're going to scoop that up and add that to here. Red is a very strong pigment. Well, actually, I should say they're all strong pigments. And this is also another way to, you know, again, if you haven't used Debi's DIY, it's a great way to just kind of experiment and
Yes.
let's.
Yeah, you really do get a lot of paint in that little sampler.
You get
it's
so
really crazy.
much. I'm just wondering, what if I? Yeah, that might be too big. I just love having something to put that paint in. But I think I'm just going to do some traditional swatches. So we're going to start with the red. Let's just do that. Doesn't have to be beautiful artwork. It just has to be a swatch. A rectangle, a circle, an oval, a square. You could, you know, stamp out like these little ovals here and then fill those in. Okay. Now we're going to go to our next color. It's kind of mesmerizing, isn't it?
Yes.
make these a little bit bigger. I think I will, Leah.
I think I like them bigger.
Yes, the samples are available to purchase. They are. You can find them in the supply list I made for today. That's right at. There's a link to that in the description up above on Facebook or down below on YouTube or just on EJG'S.com under featured on our live tutorials. You can find that. Just look for today's date and the name of this live. It's linked there. You can also just look under Debi's DIY paint if you're looking just specifically for this kit, but it's in the supply list along with everything else Mom is using today. It's called Mixology Lab.
And we'll go for our lightest one. But you can pick any one of these colors that are in here. You can pick any one of them, add white to it, add black to it, see what happens. Add white to it, add yellow to it, see what happens. It's all about experimenting and just playing. And you might discover, like, yeah, I don't like the cooler reds. I like warmer reds. I prefer my blues to have a brown undertone. I like my blues to have a green undertone. All of those are ways that you can define what it is that you love, what kind of color you love. So now I'm just going to take some of that Summer Crush and I'm going to add a little blob of it to each of my reds that I mixed here. And then I might come back in with some more white. We'll see. Because it looks like I got rows. I got like 3 rows I can do there. And who knows? And honestly, as you play, if you land on something that you really love the color of it, then you can write it down. You know, write down which colors you used on your page like this. It's a beautiful way to record what you're working on and what you mixed, and it's a nice reference. Like I would list here, and I'll probably write before we finish. I'll write right along there what colors I used. Okay, so there is that one, and I'm going to get a clean stick. Have lots of little popsicle sticks I love. And then we'll mix this. And it requires such a small amount that you can have fun playing with these for weeks and weeks and weeks. Look at how that orange really warmed up this pink. That is beautiful. Kind of reminds me of Jamie's newest pink.
Yes.
Doesn't it?
Veranda.
Veranda, yeah. Okay, so let's swatch those out and see what they look like.
Would you say Carnival Red is a more true red than Marquee?
Yes, and if it's on here, which it is, it's going to be the closest to your color wheel primaries. Okay, so this one is going to go here, and that's with the addition of Summer Crush. It's mesmerizing, isn't it, Cheryl?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it's meditative, relaxing.
It really is.
Pat said she can't see what you're doing. Can you see better now, Pat?
Okay, so there's that one. Let me rinse my brush.
You need no water.
Not yet. Then we're going to go to this one. But look at the beautiful variations in shade already that you're getting. Oh my gosh, this is so wonderful. It really is. And here's the thing, when you're swatching out colors, like everything doesn't have to be a completed project, right? Some of what we do is really just playtime, and it's allowing yourself the time to just experiment. But you can also make it enjoyable. Instead of just paint swatches on a page, you can make it so that it's something visually pleasing.
Yeah.
Which is kind of nice. Okay, so now I'm going to just add some more white and get an even lighter color. Or what I could do is, why don't we take a little bit of this brown just to see what would happen. This is layered chocolate. And again, did you hear what I just said? Let's just take some of this and see what happens. It's literally just answering my own question and not being afraid to experiment and try. So I'm going to mix some weathered chocolate with that. Because guess what? We're not, I don't know, what do I want to say? This is for you. It's for you to do. Oh, what a beautiful color see, I would have never guessed that would happen. And that is pretty. So we're going to take a little more over here and here. Just remember, these are all strong pigments. So it's a way to also get used to the colors that you're using and the pigments and how they work. And this one will mix up.
Those are so pretty.
Aren't they pretty? Okay, sorry, Leah, I didn't mean to throw that at you. All right, and we're adding brown. Look at me, I was all ready
Those
to add
almost
white
mixed together to match your shirt.
Yep.
What she threw at you. Do you need more water again, Mom?
Not yet.
Okay.
This almost reminds me of makeup colors right
Yeah.
here, like makeup.
Trying to find the right color. Blush.
Weathered wood, not chocolate, Mary Jo.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, you're right. Weathered wood. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So let's start up here.
Ooh, pretty. Yeah, these are like beautiful blushes.
They
Lipsticks,
are,
like
aren't they?
Lip cheek.
You wonder,
palette.
this is how they mix colors?
sure they do.
Or is it just all computerized now?
I don't know.
I mean,
I
somebody's
like to think there's an
got to
artist.
start the mix somewhere, right?
Yep.
And we'll go to this one. How that turned almost like a mauve-y color.
That's so pretty, yeah.
Who would have guessed? I wouldn't have known that unless I tried it. And then we'll do this lighter one. Gosh, how pretty. So I think what I want to do, so I remember what colors I was mixing here, I am going to take some of my Summer Crush. Let me just put some of that up here. And I'm going to take some of my Carnival Red And I'm just going to put that right there. This kind of reminds me, Leah, of fabric, right?
Yes.
And all of the ink, the dyes
the
would be.
colors that are within the
Yep.
fabrics.
Yep. So this will then remind me of what colors I used. And I also need a bit of
Weathered wood.
the weathered wood. Sorry, I said chocolate. So I used weathered wood. And
Leah's busy today.
I did use some white.
Karen says, my favorite thing on earth is to make things to decorate my tiny house. I was pulling some summer papers and I thought, oh my gosh, I must use these. What company is this? Well, I see EJG'S on the paper naturally. I'm curious what paper, Karen. And she said that's a great mauve. It's a very hard color to get right. That is true.
Like I wouldn't have even thought to do that. So that's just with the addition of weathered wood, you know, and
Isn't that interesting?
yeah, it's really something. I just think color is fascinating. I really, and it's nothing to be afraid of.
No.
It's nothing to be afraid of. You're using so little paint.
Yeah.
Again, you are then, by doing this, you are really defining your own style. You're exploring what it is that makes your heart sing when it comes to color. And that will determine like how you paint furniture. And I often tell people, you know, like they'll come in and say, well, what color would you use? If they like, what will sell? What will, you know, as far as painting a piece of furniture or something. And I just would encourage you, like, as an artist, it is so important to focus in, really dial in on what makes you happy, what makes your heart skip a beat, what colors do you love. And when you get secure in that, even if you start out and it's just black and white, right? That's all I can handle right now. Right, Leah? Yeah. But Leah does not like pink, and she knows that. Yeah. But I'm just saying, as an artist, as a furniture painter, as a mixed media artist, any of that, you have to develop your own style, and you cannot please everybody. That is a bad direction to go in. If Leah decorated her house and she did it to please me and Megan, and she would lose her entire identity in her own home. Mm-hmm. And I don't want you to do that in your artwork, in your pieces, especially when you're selling them. You want them to be special and unique and great. It's great to be inspired by others. I'm inspired right here by Jennifer Land, but I'm not going to take this and exactly copy every little thing. This is the look of it. But the most important thing is that I'm not afraid to experiment with color, and then I wouldn't be afraid to paint a piece of furniture pink. Whether Leah likes it or not, it's something that would be a signature of mine, and Leah might not buy it, but somebody else might love it.
Loves pink.
Exactly.
Megan loves pink.
I love
yes.
pink. And I always end up taking home, I feel like, most of the pink things that Mom paints. But also, you might not put that, you might also love that so much and be attracted to that color, but also not put it in your own home.
Exactly.
I was just going to say, you can really get to doodling with this too.
You sure can.
And all those little stamp sets that IOD in the last release.
Oh, yeah.
You could really, even the Countryside Memoir, all of those you could use within
we're gonna do a watercolor workshop here with that. Yeah. I am so excited.
This is a great idea. Colleen said, because you use popsicle sticks for each color, you could just dry the popsicle sticks and write the mixture on the stick and save the popsicle sticks in a jar. That's a great idea. Especially if you're not wanting to write that in your journal. Mm-hmm. Okay, Karen's going to use either the rustic wildflowers or pink wallpaper because it'll stay in the same family of what's already happening for the papers.
So let's just write here, blues and greens. All right.
I'm just thinking about, I'm sorry, I have to get it. All your little ones, are they in the way back?
So I'm going to write down the colors that I used here too.
All your little stamps, are they in the way back?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That was easy. Oops.
And I used Fancy Farm Girl. And I used Blue Iris. And I used White Swan. I think those are the only 3 I used, right?
Yeah, but you got 3 dots, so
Yep, that's it. Those 3 colors, and look at everything. Look at all the colors I got from that. Imagine if I started mixing like a little touch of the layered chocolate into this and how that would change it. Or, yeah.
These are bigger than I thought, but I just thought how cool to do a color swatch inside those.
Absolutely. Look at these, Megan just
Or even
said.
put
What
a
a
letter.
great way to like take this and just do a whole series of these in a row and just swatch out inside the stamps. I had these out earlier.
Insignia. That one's called Insignia.
Yeah,
I think that would look so cool.
And even these here, like, okay, maybe I would do these labels
around that.
Yeah. I don't know if that would work here.
It might be just too cluttered because they're so close together. Or you could just do a couple, like one here, one here.
But I don't know. I mean, I like that
Oh yeah, there's some that are really little.
and that. I like that. So let's try it. You know what? It's my journal and I can do what I want in it.
It's mine.
And I don't have to be totally in love with it. I just have to, it's got to be pleasing to me. And this is very pleasing to me. All right, let's see if we... But then in your journal, like what a great place to just swatch out colors when you don't have anything else to do and you just wonder like, what if I did this or that? Then answer that question right in a blank journal. And I promise you, it takes playtime and really makes it...
Oh, that's got sticks in it.
Oops.
And how often do you really have nothing to do?
Oh, Shirley.
Well, if your name is Lynn Brundage, none.
Or Leah Daniel, or, right?
I know, I don't usually have nothing to do.
I know, I understand. But do you ever think like, okay, I really need to make time to do nothing? There's value in that as well,
there
as
is.
my husband tells me.
There is, I just don't
I
do
need
it.
to be a slug today.
Yeah,
And
I
that's
just don't do it.
okay.
Yeah. Well, some of my sluggishness was
Yep.
forced upon me. But
I know. And
it's
there are
really
valuable
nice.
lessons in that too,
Yeah.
right?
because it's frustrating when you want to do and you can't. So.
Just like little makeup swatches. Little makeup colors. No, and it's not perfect, but again, it gives me a place to corral things and make them seem important and beautiful, because they are beautiful. I mean, look at that. All of a sudden it becomes something significant and pretty, you know, and just so pretty. It's not perfect. It doesn't have to be, but it corrals things, and it just, I think, makes them important. I don't know.
Yes.
Now, if you were like totally like, you could also like lay these out if you really wanted to be very particular about it. You could lay these out so then they don't touch and have perfect lines. But again, this is my journal. This is for playing, and it's okay.
I almost feel like I need like a little word coming off the edge.
And
or
there could
something.
be,
You know what
yes,
I mean?
absolutely.
You could really get Tim Holtz stamps in the mix. With
Oh,
something like
are
this
you
too,
kidding?
his delicate little
Yeah.
stamps.
Now, honestly, I'm going to tell you, I don't like the look of this. I
That's what
wish
I was
now
trying
I
to
would have
think.
ordered it, but it's okay. I'll do that on the next swatch page. It's okay.
But I think you could even add something and make it so that
Yeah, I could write over top of it. You
yes,
know,
I think
there's
that would make a difference.
yeah,
Scroll
there's a
something.
lot that you can do with this. The most important thing is to be willing to just play with these colors. And I like to, and I know sometimes it's trying to find that balance between, what do I want to say? The balance between playing and then feeling like you need to accomplish something.
Yes.
And so I think this is kind of a fun way to do that. When you're swatching out colors, you're playing, but you're corralling it in a way that it feels there's an order to it,
Yes.
and that you're learning something from it.
Well, and
So
this way you have a way to reference it back.
exactly.
Find it.
Yes, exactly. And so, like I would definitely, you know, I would scribble some little words under here. I would do, you know, like I could do like just number 1, number 2.
I
Number
think this
3.
won't bother you as much if you have something coming off the side of this, so it's not a block within an oval. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get
Might
it.
not bug you.
But it's okay too.
Yeah, it is definitely okay. It's still beautiful. I just know how your mind works.
What's 8? VII?
Yes.
Oh,
that's
thank
9 is
3 eyes. 5, 6, 7,
8.
Yeah.
Then it's
8. IX.
IX. And then X.
XI.
XI. XII. But how pretty. It's so pretty.
Yes, very.
You know, and somewhere on here, along the edge, I might write, what do we have here? We have Carnival Red. Carnival Red. What else did I use? I used Summer Crush. And I used Weathered Wood. And I used White Swan. But look how pretty. I just think that's so visually
Yes, it
appealing.
really
It
is.
really is. Yes, I could have really planned this out, and you know, I probably would have liked this better to my eye if I had not used this stamp. But it's all right if it is like that.
But actually, the more I look at it,
It's
looks
so
great.
random, and it's not meant to be perfection. All I want to do, I intended this project this way because I know how we think a lot of times, and that it doesn't make sense to just mix colors and put them on a page for what? Well, let's make them pretty, right? And then it does feel like you have accomplished something more than just mixing colors. Not that there's not value in that either, but I think then you have a nice reference and you can look back and say, oh, yes, these are the colors I used to get that. And it makes you smile when you see it. It's pretty, and you can continue to doodle and make it something more than just putting swatches on a page.
and I think really the swatching is like another we always say journaling is so wonderful if you're in a creative slump, but if you can't even get past to the point of opening a journal page and just starting somewhere, what a perfect
so
place to
good.
start.
Yeah,
Just
it's so
start
good.
swatching colors. You can do, and then after that, maybe you'll be inspired to adorn them somehow, just a little bit, and take it a little step further. But just seeing the colors appear before your eyes, I feel like that is enough to start inspiring you and maybe
It's so
shake something
beautiful.
loose.
Oh,
in your,
I know.
in
And
your
when you
head.
look at this, it's like, oh my gosh, these beautiful blues and you know that kind of duck egg sort of color, and it's like it can inspire you. Maybe not for painting a piece of furniture, but maybe it'll inspire your next mixed media piece and the color theme you want to use.
Or just period, out of a depression. Sometimes just seeing beautiful colors can just bring a
It's so
spark
true.
back to you.
Yeah.
And there's no one that couldn't do this.
Yeah, exactly.
Anybody could do this.
And don't be afraid to, again, just ask that question. What would happen if? And don't be afraid to answer it. Nobody needs to, you don't need to be your own worst critic. You just need to experiment and play. And you may be surprised at discovering color that maybe never appealed to you before, or color you never knew existed that strikes something, like strikes a chord within you, just makes your heart sing. And I just think that's just all part of developing your own personal style, a style that then you become confident in and that becomes then appealing to others. Because I think when you are most authentically yourself in your style, your color choice, your aesthetic, that you will draw the people to you, if you are a seller, that love that aesthetic. When you try to depart from that and be somebody or something that you're not, then I just think that goes nowhere. You know, it goes nowhere. It's good to be inspired by others, absolutely, but don't be afraid to do that next step and play and experiment on your own.
But even being inspired by is still sticking with your own.
Absolutely,
knowing yourself. You're attracted to
You
certain
don't
Yes.
want
things.
to copycat. You don't want
Yeah.
to
No,
photocopy
no,
someone's work.
no.
But put
Even
your
what
own
you're
twist on it.
inspired by is you're attracted to it for a reason.
Yeah, and
And
so
I really think if Leah starts now and starts swatching pinks now, by the end of summer, she will
She's
find
gonna
one.
love them.
Well, she'll find at least one that she likes.
right. Well, speaking of colors and what appeals to us and what makes our hearts sing, and I'm going to show you some new papers that are coming from EJG'S. Is that all right? Megan will have them posted as some bundle packs by the end of the week, so watch out for that. We'll send an email out.
Well, hopefully by the end of today or
Hopefully by
tomorrow.
the end of today, yes. And so when you look at these, you could probably definitely say, oh, that's definitely EJG'S. And it might not be for you, and that's okay. But let's take a look at these papers that I have created based on many of you saying from that one printable, oh, can you please do it as a rice paper? Well, let's show you what we did. This was the paper that I used on that little blue tote box we shared alive. Okay, so I've had this printed for decoupage rice paper. All right, we have it in 2 sizes. Megan's going to put together some bundles, right?
Yeah, we'll do 2 4-packs.
Yep, aren't they beautiful? I just am so happy. But you know, this might not be Leah's style. Shirley might not dig this. Whatever. Megan might not be into it, but it speaks to my aesthetic. Do you like it? And I think it's so pretty, and I think I would even just do this as 1 page in my journal and fake it. All right.
But that leaves you room to add things too.
Yeah.
That way.
I'm gonna say.
It does.
That's a nice
It does. But this leaves you even more room to add things to. I removed the bigger elements and just created a pretty soft background. So you could add your own photographs. You could add other decoupage papers. You could add whatever you wanted to this. I think it's a beautiful background that's called Vintage Treasures Background. All right, and then this is from some of my original artwork, mixed media piece. This is called Butterflies 1, and I just took a section of a mixed media piece that I did, and I focused in on it, on the colors and that I loved. I think this is beautiful, and it gives you a place like to, you could block this out and you could put something else there. You could stamp over this. You can do so many, oh my gosh, you can do so many things with these little blocked out spaces, or you can just frame it and use it as artwork for yourself. So that's in 2 sizes. That is called Butterflies 1. All right. And Butterflies 2 is another section of that big mixed media piece that I did that's got lots of different textures and colors and all of those beautiful patterns that I love. But there it is. I love these, and I think they're beautiful, and they would be beautiful as a work of art on their own, or like I said, you can take these and block these out and add other papers over top, or paint them out and do your own drawing, or add, block out with color and add an IOD transfer, or block this out and then do a stamp. I wanted these to be not only useful as they are, but ways for you to play with balance and design and layout without it being too scary, and knowing that you could substitute anything for these blocks in these colors, whether it's a transfer or another piece of decoupage paper or your own drawing or paint swatches or whatever it is, and it's all going to work together. You can cut these apart and you can layer them over one another. Have fun with these. It's really fun to then take these apart and lay them out in your journal in a different way. So a lot of fun patterns and textures to work with. And then this is just very traditionally romantic and pretty. And oh, I think it's so pretty. I just love them. But anyway, she'll have those posted soon. Within 24 hours, Megan? You think?
I would love to do that.
Beautiful. All right.
Once I have those, as soon as I have those images.
I'm going to send them to you. All right. You guys, I know we went a little bit long today, but thank you for hanging out with us. I hope you're inspired. Yes, by all means, if you are a fan of Debi's DIY and been using it a long time, these little samples are great to have on hand. If you've never used DIY paint, this is a great way to start experimenting. If you've never played with mixing colors, this is a perfect way to do it. So it can serve many different purposes, and I hope you love this little set as much as we do. So if anybody has questions, by all means, let us know, and if not, we'll see you. Today's Wednesday, isn't it?
Yes.
My gosh. Yeah. I would think soon we've got an IOD release coming. No dates yet.
Right.
But it's coming.
It's coming. I would say there's always one just around the bend.
We always know there's 3 a year, right?
This particular bend is short.
And I'm excited about it.
Yes.
I'm excited because I pushed myself in a little bit of a different direction with some of the product that I received ahead of time. I really pushed myself.
They can see that. You can see that mixed media piece right behind you.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my gosh. There it is. Yep.
They
That's
probably
my
see it.
entire big mixed media piece back there. You guys have seen it before.
Yep.
So I just took sections of it. So
It's great.
All right. All right, guys. Have a wonderful rest of your week, and we will touch base with you.
Well, we'll see you for sure on Monday. But
Yeah, we'll be in touch.
Look forward to our email on Friday. Sign up for our email if you haven't. We've been really getting into that and making a top 5 every week. That we're having a lot of fun with. So if you don't get our emails, get our emails.
And then if you're in our insider group and you happen to
Yes.
fit our theme for the week, don't be surprised if we reach out to you and say, do you mind if we share your project in our email? And
So that's 2 things. Number 1, if you're not in our insider group, get there. It's free. It's amazing. It's a place different than our comments. The comment section, you can share your artwork there. So now, as a part of our weekly email that we also post on our website, we're going to choose an insider project of the week that kind of fits what we've been learning for the week at EJG'S, and then we will share that, and it'll be posted on our website and in our weekly newsletter, which is so fun and exciting just because all of you are doing such amazing things
oh my gosh.
and showing
You're
it
inspiring
week
us.
after week in the insider group. So
Oh my gosh. This past week, I kind of featured Tommy did a mixed media
Yes.
piece that I was just so blown away, and I'm just like, okay, now I got to do feather stencils, or I got to get some
Yes.
feather stencils, because I loved her piece, and she was so generous and sweet to share that. Don't be surprised if that doesn't show up in one of
Yes.
our emails coming.
Well, we'll
Maybe
have-
not this week, but you
Soon.
guys give us infinite
Endless. Yes.
infinite amount of inspiration, and we
Yes.
love it.
Yes. Okay.
Bye, guys.
Oh, IOD announced May 21.
Oh, who said that?
Mary Casey.
Did they?
Where
I
did-
haven't checked my email. Where'd you see that, Mary?
Tell us where you saw that, because that is actually different than what we heard, and that would be great. Wait, just we're sitting here waiting on you, Mary Casey.
Yeah, Mary
Please.
Casey.
Please give us the IOD news, even though we're the stockists here. Did they announce it on their socials? Wow, we really
I
really have it together.
that it's not.
Okay, now someone says the 22nd. Okay, so we will get back to you.
You know what? When you see it on our website, you'll know that that's the official date,
I
right?
will believe whatever IOD says. If we see it in writing,
But you know what? I can't share that. I can't share anything that IOD has not publicly shared.
I'm saying
so
if you see something that IOD has publicly shared,
Yes.
you may believe that.
yes,
And absolutely believe that over anything we ever post, because we are always having typos and putting the wrong dates. So believe whatever IOD publicly posts. IOD's Facebook page. Let me just check that out.
yeah, maybe it happened. Like I haven't been on social media since this morning, so
Let's see.
I'm not on there 24/7.
Well, you have to create.
Well, we're not on
something.
at least not on all platforms.
No, I'm on some platform or another.
Yes, Thursday, May 22nd.
Oh, they did announce.
Okay,
Thank
at 1
you.
p.m. So
All
that's when the
right.
release is.
Yay.
Very
Oh, so many
exciting.
good things happening.
Okay.
Thank you, Mary Casey.
Thank you. Thank you. Thursday, May 22nd, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's our time.
We'll be
10
ready
a.m.
for ya.
Pacific Standard Time.
I've
Yep.
got some projects. Like I said, I pushed myself out of my comfort zone
Yes.
with this, and I think I fell in love with every single thing. Sometimes when we first look at something, like, oh, I would never use that, and then okay, I get my wheels turning. Okay, so somewhere there must be a story behind this particular thing, right? Because Josie and Sally are very much they rely very much on traditional. Artistry, old world artistry, and so I always think like it's got to come from somewhere. It can't be this thing that we've made it become. There has to be something more to it than
history,
that,
yes.
you know. So it was kind of fun challenging myself to research and then create from a few, I think, what will be kind of surprise elements
Yes.
that honestly turned out to be probably some of my very favorite things I've ever done.
Yeah. It's exciting. Okay, so we'll see you Monday
Okay, bye guys.
and Friday in the newsletter, of course,
Yes. Okay, take care guys.
and every day in the Insider Group.
Happy swatching with your DIY Mixology lab kit. Bye.
Bye.